Good morning. It is about 9:03 in the morning, Saturday. We have the CSUN men's basketball club team against Stanford. If you were watching last night, they defeated University of Oregon 54-34. Let's see if they can continue their victorious win streak today. As CSUN wins the tip-off, Sam Thim. Starting lineup for your CSUN Matadors are Sam Thim, number 33, who scores the first basket of the game. Terrence Garcia, number 11. Matt Reyes, number 12. Nico Vega, number 3. And John Inskeep, number 34. For Stanford, we have number 24. Daniel Lowett, number 2. Clay Mayer, number 32. And that is David McColl. As a three-pointer was just made by CSUN, making the score 5-0. CSUN coming up strong on top as Stanford turns the ball over. Sam Thim coming down for Matadors. Another three-pointer by Vega. CSUN looking strong so far. Number 1, Daniel Lowett, tries to make something happen for Stanford. CSUN looking to push ahead as Vega shoots another three-point attempt. No good. Saved by Stanford. Dudley manages to keep his balance. Sorry, that's not Lowett. That is Dudley, number 1. Just got their roster for Stanford not too long ago as number 24, Daniel Lowett, scores his first basket of the game. Terrence Garcia with the ball now. Poked out by Lowett. Remains CSUN ball. Score is 8-2. CSUN on top. John Inskeep thought about it. Dishes it out to Sam Thim, stops his dribble, finds Matt Reyes. He decides to drive it in, does a reverse. No good. John Inskeep there to get the rebound and put it back up and in. Lowett for 3, and it's good. Leading scorer for the game right now for Stanford, with 5 points. All of the points currently for Stanford. 17 minutes left to go in the first half. And John Inskeep will be going to the line for a three-point play opportunity. The assist from Vega. First time at the line for the Matadors. First foul for Stanford of the game as John Inskeep unable to complete the three-point opportunity. Rebound by Lowett. Mayer dishes it out as Lowett shoots another three-point attempt. No good. Rebound by Sam Thim. Three-point attempt by Sam Thim rattles out. Rebound by Lowett, but he turns it over. Foul will be called on Stanford, making that the second team foul. Score is 12-5, CSUN on top. Live stream brought to you by CSUN Matadors and Sports Network. I'm your host, Amber Partita. Thank you for tuning in. Turnover by CSUN Matadors. Terrence Garcia looking for Vega. Did not click on the timing. Dudley trying to make something happen for Stanford. Tries to go up and in. Wanted the foul. Not called. John Inskeep throws it to Garcia. Stanford wanted a jump call. The ref says no, that will be a foul. CSUN will take it out. Or excuse me, that will be a shooting foul. So Garcia will go to the line for 2. Foul is on number 2 for Stanford. Third foul. Garcia misses his first attempt at the line as number 5 checks in for 2 from Stanford. Noah Jackson checks in for Clay Mayer. Garcia rattles right in and out. Matt Reyes shoots a 3-point. No good. Rebound by number 11 Stanford, who dishes it out to Dudley. Jackson was blocked. Sam Thim finds Matt Reyes, who does a reverse layup, puts it up and in. His first basket of the game. Foul will be called. First foul for CSUN. Score is 14-5 with 13 and a half minutes left to go in the first half. As number 32, David McCole, inbounds it for Stanford. Caballo gives it off to Lowett. McNoll to Dudley for the jumper. No good. Rebound by Lowett, puts it up and in. First basket for Stanford in quite some time. He has all the points for Stanford. Matt Reyes gets blocked as Lowett dishes it off to number 5, Jackson, for a fast break, who puts it up and in. Sam Thim finds John Inskeep. As McCole blows a layup. Sam Thim loses his footing, gives it off to Vega for the 3, and it's good. Vega has 3 threes so far in the game. As Dudley gets fouled. Jackson gets fouled by CSUN as Chris Elzy comes in for Matt Reyes. Number 3 and 11 check out for Stanford. Number 32 and 11 check out for Stanford. Dudley looking for someone to open to. As Golob checks in, as well as number 22, Santogo Luguago. Turnover by Stanford. Elzy coming down strong for CSUN, gives it off to Vega, thought about it. Said he'll drive it in, gives it off to Inskeep for a nice give and go. Dudley tries to shake off Thim, does, puts it up and in. His first basket of the game. Making the score now 21-11. CSUN on top by 10 points. 11 minutes left to go in the first half. As Garcia thought about it, decides to drive it in, gives it off to Inskeep. Nice playing by CSUN so far. Not being selfish with the ball here, as Inskeep goes for the line for the second time. Timeout by Stanford. We'll be back in just a moment. Thank you for tuning in. And we're back as John Inskeep goes to the line for 2. Stanford has 4 fouls. CSUN has 1. John Inskeep rattles it in. The second one is good. Thank you for tuning in. This live stream is brought to you by Matador Sports Network. I'm your host. As CSUN plays against Stanford for their second game of the NERSA tournament held at UCLA. Second day in set. After this game, the women's basketball team will be playing against UC Irvine. We'll be live streaming that as well. As number 13 fakes Inskeep. That was goal lob for 2. Turnover by CSUN, but that's a quick turnover by Stanford as he travels with the ball. When you're on the floor with the ball, you're definitely not supposed to move or turn at all. Garcia goes off the screen by Inskeep. Almost loses it. Gives it off to LZ, who finds Vega. Vega looks at Inskeep. Inskeep tried to do a pass to Garcia, instead hits our camera crew. Turnover by CSUN as Sam Thim checks out. DJ Netherly will check in for CSUN. Dudley trying to make something happen for Stanford. Goes off the screen from Lowett. Jackson crosses up Netherly. Got blocked. Looks as though he's hurt a little bit, though. Calling for a sub. Number 21 will check in for Stanford. JP Shinevi. As Lowett tries to put it up and in, too short. Rebound by LZ. LZ not stopping. Gives it off to Netherly. A little surprise there. Gives it off to Vega. Vega goes up for the easy layup, but blows it. Rebound by Lowett. Dudley crosses 2 defenders. Gives it off to number 21, who misses the jumper. That was Shinevi. Garcia gives it off to Vega for the 3. And it rattles in, making that his 4-3 of this morning. Dudley gives it off to number 22, Santogo Luguago, who tries to drive it in, but a charge will be called. 5th foul for Stanford. Turnover by Stanford as number 33 checks in. Sam Sunday for number 24, Daniel Lowett. Score is 26-13. CSUN on top. Inskeep working his defender. Tries to do a teardrop. Gets his own rebound mid-air and puts it up and in. About 7 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the first half. CSUN looking lively this morning as number 33 pulls a jumper. That was Sam Sunday. Netherly with the rebound. Vega with the ball coming down for CSUN. Gives it off to Inskeep. LZ to Garcia. Garcia didn't go off the screen of Netherly. Instead shakes his defender and blows by. Instead gets blocked by number 33, Sunday. Dudley crosses his defender, gives a nice pass to number 21, JP Shinevi for Stanford. His first basket of the game. Garcia stops his dribble, gives it off to LZ. LZ tried to dish it off to Inskeep, no one there, except the sea of red. Dudley calling a play out. Goes off the screen. Nothing there. Does a skip pass to Santiago Logo. He gives it off to Golob. 33 for the shot. Sunday making that his first basket. Second basket, actually. Excuse me. As Vega shoots beyond the arc once again, rattles out. Rebound by Sunday. Stanford trying to make a comeback with 6 minutes left to go in the first half. Score is 28-17 CSUN. Dudley shoots for three over Garcia. Rattles right in. He's at 5 points so far. Vega turns it over. Wanted a kick. Refs say no. Santiago Logo gives it off to Dudley. Garcia wanted to intercept the pass. Got there a little too late. But Dudley turns it over anyways. A timeout will be called by CSUN. Score is 28-20 with 5 minutes and 27 seconds left to go. Live stream is brought to you by Matador Sports Network. I'm your host, Amber Partita. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back in just a moment. And we're back. Thank you for tuning in. This is Matador Sports Network. This morning we have CSUN men's basketball club team against Stanford. If you were watching last night, CSUN men's basketball club defeated University of Oregon 54-34. Women's team was unsuccessful playing against USC last night. They'll be playing against UC Irvine right after this game. LZ will be taking out for CSUN. Gives it off to Matt Reyes. On the floor for CSUN, we have Matt Reyes, LZ, Christian LZ, Sam Thim, Nico Vega, and DJ Netherly. Sam Thim shakes his defender, is able to put it up right over him. Scores an early bucket. Coming off the timeout, DJ Netherly tried to get a turnover by Stanford. They were able to recover. As Golob tries to put up and in, instead of foul will be called. Sam Thim doesn't like the call, but he'll get the foul anyways. His first foul of the game as number 13 Golob checks out. Number 32 McCall will check back in for Stanford, as Mayer will inbound it baseline. McCall. Set of foul will be called on DJ Netherly. Third foul for CSUN. Cavallo will inbound the ball baseline for Stanford. Shinevi gives it off to McNoll. Gives it back. Nice give and go for an easy basket. He was uncontested. LZ gives it off to Matt Reyes. He decides to take it up himself. Unable to do so. Rebound by Stanford. Cavallo gives it off to Mayer for three. No good. Rebound by Netherly. Netherly is definitely a rebounder. Key rebounder for CSUN. He did exceptionally well last night as Sam Thim pulls up for the three. No good. Rebound by Matt Reyes. Vega for three. And it's good. That is his fifth three of the game so far. And I say so far because he definitely likes to shoot from beyond the arc. No shot A foul will be called away from the ball on Vega. Perhaps got a little too excited on defense there, coming off his 3. Sub will come in, number 5. Noah Jackson for Chenevi. Sunday. Shot over Netherly, but air ball rebound by Elsie, who gives it off to Rays. Sam Thim thought about it. Tried to do a nice behind the pass to Netherly. Wasn't ready for it. Matt Rays recovers it. Tries to do a reverse layup instead. Will be fouled by Sunday. CSUN's almost in the bonus, as Matt Rays will go to the line for 2. If you're just tuning in, this is Matador Sports Network. I'm your host, Amber Partita. Brought to you by Cal State University Northridge. This morning we have CSUN men's basketball club team against Stanford. Right after this game will be women's basketball club team against UC Irvine. So stay tuned. That one is good. Caballo gives it out to McNoll. Does a nice teardrop over Netherly for a basket. Elsie nearly turns it over, recovered by Matt Reyes. Shoots a 3. Rebound by Jackson, who gives it to McNoll. Takes it up himself. Sam Thim finds Matt Reyes. Matt Reyes shakes his defender, gives it off to Christian Elsie for 3. No good. Rebound by Stanford. Caballo gives it off to Jackson. As McNoll is able to shoot it over Netherly once more. That was not an easy basket right there. Vega from beyond the arc. No good. Netherly with the rebound. Gives it to Elsie. Matt Reyes to Elsie for 3. Good. Elsie's first basket of the game. Caballo for 3. No good. That should be out. Hit the top, and it is. Turnover by Stanford. Score is 38-26. CSUN on top with 31 seconds left to go in the first half. Sam Thim. Matt Reyes. Trying to waste the clock here. 10 seconds and counting now. 7, 6 as Vega shoots a 3. Rims right in and out. That would have been his 6th 3. Instead, McNoll decides to shoot from half court. No good. Hits the rim. But that will be it for the first half, as CSUN is on top 38-26. We'll be back in just a moment with the stats. Stay tuned. And we're back with the stats from the first half. For CSUN, LZ has 3 points, Matt Reyes has 3 points, Thim with 4 points, Inskeep with 10 points, and Vega, the leading scorer for CSUN, with 15 points, all 3-pointers. For Stanford, Dudley has 5 points, Jackson 2 points, Golob 2 points, Shanevi 4 points, Lowett 7 points, McCool 4 points, and Sunday 4 points. We'll be back in just a moment. Second half will begin in about 2 minutes. CSUN on top, 38-26. Thank you for tuning in. This is Matador Sports Network. I'm your host, Amber Partita. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back. Thank you for tuning in. This live stream is brought to you by Matador Sports Snack from Cal State Network, from California State University Northridge. I'm your host, Amber Partita. CSUN won the tip-off, so Stanford will be inbounding the ball come second half. As number 2, Mayer, tries to shake off Thim, gives it off to Dudley to run it. Matt Reyes strips Dudley, though. Turnover by Stanford. Garcia gives it off to Vega. Thim to Inskeep. Nice sharing of the ball by CSUN. As Inskeep tries to go over the back, instead gets a foul called. First foul of the second half for CSUN. Mayer to Santogo Luguago, gives it off to Lowett. Finds Dudley cutting in. Said a foul will be called for reaching. Second foul on Vega. As Dudley inbounds the ball, baseline, gives it off to McColl. Dudley to Lowett. Does a reverse. Doesn't work out. Rebound by Vega. Matt Reyes. Defended by Dudley. Gives it off to Garcia instead. Garcia decides to drive it up himself. Unable to put it up and in. Inskeep tried to rebound it. Stanford with the ball. Santogo Luguago. Instead, Sam Thim will be called for the foul. Santogo Luguago at the line for 2. First one is good. Right after this game, we'll be live streaming the women's basketball club team against UC Irvine, hoping to get a win, their first win out of the tournament. As Santogo Luguago makes his second free throw attempt. Sam Thim gives it to Inskeep, wasn't ready for the pass. Turnover by CSUN. Dudley pulls up a 3, no good. Rebound by Thim, dishes it out to Matt Reyes, who gives it up and in quite easily. Three-point attempt by Santogo Luguago is good. His first 3 of the game. 5 points overall. Matt Reyes dishes it out to Inskeep. Nice pass. Lowett. McCool. Back to Lowett for the give and go. Doesn't work. Sam Thim with the rebound. And Lowett is fouled. Definitely frustration got the better of him that time. Something you definitely don't want to do as a player when you miss a layup and then create a foul on the other end. First foul for Stanford this second half. As Sam Thim pulls up the jumper, no good. Rebound by McNoll. Instead, another foul will be called on Thim rather than a jump ball. Or excuse me, the foul will be called on number 32, McColl from Stanford, making that their second foul, team foul for Stanford. Matt Reyes gives it off to Sam Thim, who gives it to Vega for 3. No good. Rebound by Mayer, who gives it to McColl. Back to Mayer. Looking for Santogo Luguago. Lowett goes by Inskeep. Misses the open layup. Rebound by Vega. Thim goes off the screen from Garcia. Thought about Inskeep. Threw it to him too late. He definitely had the size advantage, but Stanford loses it midway. Recovered by CSUN. Matt Reyes then delivers to Inskeep once more. Dudley tries to shake and bake. Matt Reyes, unable to do so, gives it off to Lowett. Santogo Luguago for Mayer for 3. Too short. Rebound by Vega. Garcia loses his balance, able to give it off to Matt Reyes in time. Garcia trying to balance the floor for CSUN Matadors, who are up 44-31 with 14 and a half minutes left to go in this game, as Vega nearly loses the ball. Dishes it off to Inskeep. Tries to bank it off the backboard. No good. Rebound by Stanford. Santogo Luguago. Still Stanford ball as number 5 checks in. Jackson for Dudley. Cavillo. Santogo Luguago to Lowett. Finds Cavillo right underneath the basket for a reverse layup. Nice pass. His first basket of the game. Almost everyone has scored for Stanford. Vega gives it off to Inskeep. Inskeep puts off his defender, puts it up and in. As Lowett wants a foul called for the elbow. Doesn't get it. McCole. Cavallo to Lowett. Instead, he'll get fouled by Inskeep. Lowett will go to the line for 2. First one, no good. As LZ will check in for Vega and Netherly will check in for Thim for CSUN Matadors. There's about 12 and a half minutes left to go in the game. CSUN up top. As Lowett rattles in his second free throw attempt. LZ, 4-3. No good. Rebound by Netherly. Again, those hustle plays giving CSUN second chance opportunities. As Garcia drives it in and puts it up. Hard to believe that's Garcia's only basket of the game so far, considering how active he is in the game. It'll remain CSUN ball as LZ pokes it out. Jackson inbounded the ball and will shoot the 3. Too short. Rebound by LZ. Garcia looks to give to Netherly. Instead, a foul will be called on Jackson. Number 13 will check in. Go lob for McCole for Stanford. As Garcia inbounds the ball baseline, gives it off to Matt Reyes. Goes off the screen from Netherly. Stops his dribble. Back to Garcia. Garcia tries to shake and bake. His defender gives it off to Inskeep. Instead, Inskeep will be fouled by Lowett. Lowett says otherwise, again complaining that Inskeep is using his body to push off. Inskeep at the line for 2. First one is no good. Second attempt is good by Inskeep. Inskeep is 3 from 5 from the free throw line so far this morning. As Stanford is looking to make something happen on offense. Jackson, trying to cross over LZ, but he's stripped by LZ, who gives it off to Garcia. Garcia coming in strong. Tries to put up and in, no good. Rebound by Matt Reyes, tries to save it. Instead, he gives it right to Santiago Luguago for the easy basket. Nice assist by Matt Reyes in that part. Matt Reyes tries to go by his defender, not there. Netherly tries to put it up and in the rebound, no good. Cavallo coming down for Stanford. Finds a wide open Santiago Luguago for 3, no good. Too strong off the glass. CSUN ball. LZ poked it out once again. Good hustle, though, by CSUN. Golob will inbound the ball sideline for Stanford. Gives it off to Santiago Luguago, who gives it off to Jackson for 3, and it's good. Jackson is now at 5 points. Score is now 49-39. CSUN up by 10 with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the game. Garcia gives it off to LZ. LZ thought about it. Instead, he'll give it off to Matt Reyes. Garcia decides to go sideline, or baseline, for the layup. Instead, will get fouled along the way. We'll go to the line for 2. Golob says otherwise, so he'll get the foul. This is Garcia's second trip to the line. Has missed both so far. Timeout will be called by Stanford. The score is 49-39 with 8 minutes left to go in the game. CSUN on top. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back. Garcia at the line for 2 was recently fouled by Golob. Misses his first attempt. Garcia isn't doing too well at the line this morning. He's 0-3 at the line. Make that 0-4. Rebound by Stanford. Stanford trying to close the gap. Jackson pulls up on LZ, and it's good, making it now an 8-point deficit. He's at 7 points so far. Matt Reyes gives it off to LZ. Goes off the screen from Inskeep, stops his dribble. Matt Reyes nearly stripped and is able to compose his balance. Puts it up and in. He's at 7 points so far as Stanford looking to make an answer right back. The ball is nearly stripped, but Mayer shoots for 3. No good. Rebound by Golob, who shakes Netherly and puts it up and in. Golob is at 4 points. LZ tripped pretty hard. But instead a foul will be called on CSUN. LZ will come out. Don't know where the foul was on that by CSUN, but apparently it's on Netherly for a push. Turnover by CSUN. Stanford trying to close the gap with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the game. Golob dishes it out to Shinevi. As number 33, Sunday, shoots it. And that was a 2. CSUN looking a little tired now all of a sudden, with only 6 minutes left to go in the game, as John Inskeep shoots from afar. No good. Rebound by Stanford. Stanford is starting to look alive now. This is a close one. 6-point deficit. But that will be out. Turnover by Stanford. Air ball. CSUN needs to wake up on their defense. Them. Tries to pull it up himself, and it's good, making that a 2 right there. Them is at 6 points. Jackson decides to take it up himself, does a nice teardrop, no good, rattles right in and out. Poked out by Stanford, CSUN ball. Habayo looking to press somewhat. Stanford with the ball, coming off of a miss from Sam Thim. Poked out of bounds by Matt Reyes, but it was off of Stanford. Number 21, Shinevi, CSUN ball. Stanford with another turnover. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the game. CSUN barely up by 8. John Inskeep thought about it, dishes it back out to Matt Reyes for an open 3, and it's good. Matt Reyes has been on it this morning as he nearly steals it and does, and puts it up and in for the easy layup. Back-to-back points for him. Steals it nearly once more, but it's off on him this time. As 3 people will check in for Stanford, 32, 24, and Dudley. Lowett, Dudley, and McCole will check in for Stanford. Dudley trying to shake off Garcia. Goes right by him, puts it up and in. He's with 7 points. Sam then pulls up for the jumper, puts it beautifully off the glass. A nice kiss right there. As McCole gets blocked by Netherly. Garcia coming down with the ball. Pulls it back in instead. Netherly wide open, calling for it. They don't give it to him. Instead, they turn it over, trying to give it to John Inskeep across the way. Instead, a foul will be called on Matt Reyes. Good foul, I would think. Try to set everything up for defense for the Matadors. As Jackson will check back in for number 21, Shinevi for Stanford. Lowett will inbound it, sideline. Lowett looking to take on Inskeep. Instead, stops his dribble. Off of Garcia's leg. Stanford will inbound it, baseline. Score is 60-47 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left and counting in the game. CSUN needs to hold on just a little bit longer in order to remain victorious and undefeated so far in the tournament. As Lowett tries to go over Inskeep, unsuccessful rebound by them. Trying to use the clock. Goes off the screen from Netherly. Dishes it off to Matt Reyes. Matt Reyes. Back to them. Stops his dribble. Gives it off to Inskeep. Inskeep nearly turns it over once more. Refs say it will stay here. 2 minutes left remaining in the game. It will be stop clock now. Sam Thim inbounds the ball. Instead, deflected by Jackson. Santiago Lukwago will check in for Jackson for Stanford. Sam Thim will inbound the ball baseline for CSUN. Gives it off to Matt Reyes at the top. Trying to use the clock now. Stops his dribble. Gives it off to Sam Thim for 3. No good. Matt Reyes chases it. Gives it off to Inskeep. Sam Thim. 1 minute 40 remaining. Garcia steps out of bounds. Turnover. He's been a little off today. Hopefully next game he'll step it up. That would have been a wide open layup for him. Dudley gives it off to Lowett for 3. No good. Rebound by Garcia. 1 minute, 17 and counting now for CSUN. Netherly gives it off to Garcia. Garcia pulls up a jumper. Sam Thim pulls up a jumper, and it's good. Assist by Garcia. Santiago Lukwago gives it off to McNoll. Cavallo for 3. No good. Rebound by Netherly. Instead, Stanford recovers as Dudley tries to shoot a 3. Jump ball will be called. CSUN ball. 36 seconds left in the game. No stop clock now. 62-47. CSUN looks like they'll be winning this one. They remain undefeated at the NERSA tournament held at UCLA. Matt Reyes shoots for three. No good. Rebound by Dudley. Dudley blocked by Thim. Tried to go by three CSUN defenders, unsuccessful. Game's over. And the score is 62-47. CSUN remains victorious over Stanford. This live stream was brought to you by Matador Sports Network. I'm your host, Amber Partita. We'll be live streaming the women's game against UC Irvine right after this. We'll be back in just a moment to go over the stats from the men's game. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back in just a moment. The women's game will be starting in about just 2 minutes, but let's go over the stats from the men's game. They were victorious over Stanford with the final score of 62-47. For your CSUN Matadors, leading scorer was John Inskeep with 17 points, followed by Vega with 15 points, all 3-pointers, with 5 3-pointers. Matt Reyes with 12 points, LZ with 3 points, Garcia with 2 points, Thim with 10 points. For Stanford, Sundays had 6 points, Dudley 7, Jackson 7, Cavallo with 2 points, Golab with 4, Shenevi with 4, Santogo Lukwago with 5 points, Lowett with 9, and McCole with 4. Again, CSUN was victorious over Stanford. Final score is 62-47. This game is about to go underway in just a moment. We still need to get a roster from UC Irvine. USC defeated CSUN Women's Basketball Club last night by 20 points. So CSUN is looking for their first win of the tournament here at NERSA. Thank you for tuning in. This live stream is brought to you by Matador Sports Network. I'm your host, Amber Partita. If you tuned in earlier, you saw our men's team defeat Stanford, and if you saw last night, they also defeated University of Oregon. So they are so far undefeated at the NERSA tournament. They will be playing later this afternoon. We'll be live streaming that as well. We'll let you know as soon as we find out the times for those games. Game is about to start in just a moment. So we will stay tuned. Seems though we'll take a quick break in just a moment. We'll be back in less than a minute though. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be back in just a sec. And welcome back. The women's basketball club team will be playing against UC Irvine this morning. Just got the roster for UC Irvine, so bear with us. Live stream is brought to you by Matador Sports Network from Cal State University Northridge. I'm your host, Amber Partita. Thank you for tuning in. CSUN wins the tip-up. Hendricks Porter. Zunaga goes up, right around her defender for an easy basket. Zuniga, excuse me, not Zunaga. Three-point attempt, and it's good by number 56, YU. Hendricks Porter gives it off to Holloran. Try to get it off to Zuniga. Instead, that will be a turnover. As the jumper was pulled up by UC Irvine. It's number 44, Brassfield. A little difficult to call their names when we only see their jerseys on their back, so again, bear with us. Doing our best here as Skaggs tries to get the rebound but loses it. He gives it off to number 54 for a three. Livali. Brassfield turns it over. Sabrina Holloran intercepted the pass. Holloran gives it off to Barrientos. Kind of gets into a defender. Instead of jump ball will be called. UC Irvine ball. Three-point attempt, no good. Air ball by UC Irvine. Lazo for three. No good. Rebound by 44, Brassfield from UC Irvine. As a pull-up was done by Skaggs. No good, but rebounded by YU. Gives it off to Brassfield. Another three-point attempt. And it's good for Lavalley. Her second three of the night. Or morning, excuse me. It was blocked by Lavalley, but instead a foul will be called. Zuniga got the rebound, tried to put it back up and in. Zuniga at the line for two. As Sykes checks in for Barrientos for CSUN Matadors. Zuniga puts it up and in. No good for Levi. Shakes her defender and does just that, puts it up and in. She's the leading scorer so far for UC Irvine. Again, bear with us. It's difficult to see the numbers for UC Irvine. As Sabrina Holleran puts it up and in for CSUN. Making the score now 11-7. UC Irvine on top with 15 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Brassfield. Skaggs. Levallois. Brassfield. Wide open for three. No good. Rebound by Sachs. He tries to put something in. Denied by Zuniga. Sykes coming down for CSUN. She'll take it all the way. Instead, it's blocked once again by Levallois. That's her second block so far of this morning. As Hendricks Porter puts it up over Skaggs. Her first bucket of the game. Rogers spins off of Sykes. Goes by Zuniga for the easy layup. Nice play. Lazo gives out to Zuniga. Pulls up the jumper. No good. Rebound by Levallois. Gives it off to Brassfield. Goes right by Zuniga and will be fouled and will go to the line for a three-point opportunity. Nice move by Brassfield. Score is 15-9. UC Irvine on top so far in the game. As Brassfield misses her chance for a three-point play. Hendricks Porter coming down now for CSUN. Gives it off to Zuniga. This is off to Holleran, who finds Lazo. Gives it off to Sykes, who pulls up the jumper. No good. Rebound by Skaggs. Gives it off to Levallois. Brassfield turns it over. Got caught in the defenders. Hendricks Porter up. No good. Rebound by Sykes, who puts it up and in. Her first bucket of the game so far. Score is now 15-11. UC Irvine still on top. Up by 4. Brassfield. Rogers. Back to Brassfield. Gives it to Skaggs. Dishes it off to Levallois. No good. CSUN ball. Officials needed to check something out really quickly. Hendricks Porter coming down the ball for CSUN. Lazo gives it off to Sykes. Sykes dishes it off to Zuniga. Sykes pulls up the jumper, and it's good. Rogers gives it off to Levi. Sags for 3, and it's good. That's their center, ladies and gentlemen. That was a great attempt. No one contested her. That's her first basket of the night. Morning, excuse me. Keep forgetting that it's morning here. Rogers coming down with UC Irvine. Goes by all defenders, 3 to be exact, but is unable to be successful with the layup. Rebound by Zuniga. Hendricks Porter dishes it off to Sykes. Sykes pulls up the jumper, and it's good. Sykes on a roll right now with 6 points of her own for CSUN Matadors. Brassfield. Levlois pulls up the teardrop. Gets her own rebound, is not able to put up and in. Zuniga with the rebound. Jump ball will be called. CSUN ball. As 2 new people will check in for UC Irvine. Rogers will go out as well as Skaggs. They're saying that it's now black ball, as originally thought. UC Irvine looking to press now. As number 10 and 45 check in for UC Irvine. Zuniga is fouled and will go to the line again once more for 2. Number 10, Sylvester. And 45, Lee. Zuniga at the line for 2. Misses her first attempt. Puts her second one up for good. UC Irvine has the lead so far, 18-16, with 9 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in the first half. Brassfield dishes off to Levlois. Finds Lee. Lee tries to take it in herself. Will get fouled along the way. Barrientos recently checked in for Zuniga. Lee at the line for 2. Foul is on Sabrina Holloran, her first foul of the game. Lee makes the first attempt, her first basket of the game. This live stream is brought to you by Matador Sports Network. I'm your host, Amber Partita. If you were watching earlier, the men's team was successful in defeating Stanford as Lee misses her second attempt. A kick will be called on Levlois by UC Irvine. CSUN ball. 2 more people will check in for UC Irvine. Levlois will sit out as well as Brassfield. Or excuse me, YU will check out as well as Brassfield. Levlois is still in. Hendricks Porter goes off the screen from Barrientos, tries to go through 2 defenders. Loses her balance, gives it off to Sykes for the jumper. No good. Rebound by Levlois. She's everywhere this game so far. Hendricks Porter dishes out the ball, tries to poke it out of the defender's hands, off on her. UC Irvine with the ball still. Number 4 had checked in. That is Lara. As well as number 0, Huang for UC Irvine. Sykes steals the ball, tries to put up and in, no good. No foul is called either. UC Irvine recovers, gives it off to Levoy. Huang. Levoy dishes it off to Lee for the easy jumper, no good. Rebounded by Lotta, who dishes it out to Huang. Huang tries to put up and in, no good. Rebound by Sabrina Holloran. She gives it off to Sykes from across the way. Sykes tries to put up and in, no good. Rebounded by Barrientos. Barrientos tries to put up and in, and she does. Her first basket of the game. Close game here. Now that CSUN has cut the deficit by 1 point. As Sylvester airballs, Levi rebounds for them. Tries to put up the jumper, no good. Out of bounds off of Lotta. CSUN ball. Holloran will check out. Instead, Zuniga will check back in. CSUN only has 7 players this morning. UC Irvine has 9. Five seconds called on Sykes. Turnover by CSUN. Pass deflected by Lazo. It'll remain UC Irvine ball. They'll inbound it sideline. Sylvester will inbound it. Gives it off to Huang. Gives it back to Sylvester. Sylvester. Picked by Sykes. Turns it over. Hendricks Porter coming down now for CSUN. Looking for someone. Finds Lazo in the corner for 3. And it's good. Making that her first basket of the game. So far, everyone has scored for CSUN. Jimenez has not checked in just yet. As Levi tries to shoot another 3-point attempt. No good. Rebounded by Zuniga. Gives it off to Hendricks Porter, who nearly lost it. CSUN is now on top as Levi tries to deflect the pass. CSUN ball still as 3 people will check in now. 4 people will check in for UC Irvine. Rogers, Brassfield, Skaggs, and YU. I'll check in for Lotta, Lee, Sylvester, and Levoy. Pass was stolen. Turnover by CSUN. Huang with the ball now. Coming down. Tries to put up and in. No good. Rebounded. Tipped out by Rogers. Rogers for 2. And it's good. Oh, it's a 3. Excuse me. Rogers now has 5 points. Score is now 21-21. If that was a 3, it should be 22-21, but otherwise they say 21-21. 4 minutes left to go in the first half. YU with the ball. Tries to go by Lazo. Runs into Barrientos. Instead of foul will be called on Barrientos. YU at the line for 2. Thank you for tuning in. This live stream is brought to you by Matador Sports Network from Cal State University Northridge. I'm your host, Amber Partita. We have the women's game playing against UC Irvine today. If you were watching earlier, the men's team defeated Stanford. They're so far undefeated at the NERSA tournament held by UCLA this year as Jimenez checks in for the first time for Hendricks Porter. Lee missed her first attempt at the line. And she puts it in the second time. Score is now 22-21. UC Irvine still on top. Pass was deflected by UC Irvine, so it will remain CSUN ball. 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Barrientos will inbound sideline for CSUN, gives it off to Sykes. Jimenez gets it stolen by Rogers, who puts it up and in. Turnover by CSUN. Lazo tries to give it to Jimenez, throws it to nearly 2 defenders. Sykes wide open, pulls up for a jumper. No good. Zuniga tries to rebound it over two people, manages to keep it. Lazo gives it to Sykes. Sykes tries to go up and in. Instead, that's a double dribble. That's a turnover by CSUN. YU sags for three. Way overshot it. Rogers was able to rebound. Air ball. Touched out of bounds by Zuniga. Lazo and Zuniga were both trying to go after it. So remain UC Irvine ball. YU inbounds it baseline, gives it off to Rogers, who dishes it out to YU. YU goes past Lazo, shoots for a three-point attempt, no good. Rebound by Sykes. Sykes tries to take it in again, but again does another double dribble. Turns it over once more. Sykes looking frustrated. Doesn't know who to guard exactly. As Skaggs goes out for another three-point attempt. That's been all her baskets so far this game. As a timeout is called by CSUN. CSUN is looking a little frustrated at the moment. The score is 27-21. UC Irvine is on top. 1 minute and 35 seconds remain in the first half. Thank you for tuning in again. This is Matador Sports Network from Cal State University Northridge. I'm your host, Amber Partita. We will be live streaming the men and women's game later in the afternoon. We'll get you those times as soon as we get the information for them. CSUN can win this game so long as they keep their composure, as well as box out and play some defense. They're looking a little lost on defense, don't know where to go, as well as simple turnovers here and there. It's CSUN ball. Now UC Irvine is looking to press. Trying to stress out UC Irvine. Barrientos with the ball. As she's defended. They only have about 7 seconds to get over the line. Holloran able to get over. Tries to dish it off to Jimenez. It's deflected by Brassfield. Lazo will inbound the ball baseline for CSUN, who dishes it off to Zuniga. Zuniga does a nice spin move, but is unable to find the basket. Jimenez gives it off to Holloran. Fouled along the way by Rogers. It's not a shooting foul, so CSUN will inbound it baseline. Jump ball will be called. UC Irvine ball. Turnover by CSUN. Mental mistakes by CSUN's women's basketball club team right now. Hopefully they'll be able to wake up in the second half and pull out a win. Brassfield coming down for UC Irvine. Gives it off to Huang, who shoots it for three. No good. Rebound by Lazo. Sykes waiting to come back in, but there's only about 55 seconds left and counting in the first half. Lazo gives it off to Holloran. Holloran, guarded by YU. Stops her dribble, gives it off to Jimenez. Very nice give and go, but instead a turnover will come by instead. Sykes will come in, as well as Hendricks Porter. Jimenez will come out, as well as Barrientos. .44 seconds left to go in the first half, as YU is guarded by Hendricks Porter. Hendricks Porter trying to put on the pressure. Brassfield goes by Lazo, gives it off to Rogers. Rogers finds Brassfield. Thought about it. Huang for three. No good. YU goes off the back from Lazo. Instead, she'll tip it out. It will be CSUN ball with about 11 seconds left to go in the first half. UC Irvine looking to press. As they turn it over. 8, 7, 6 as Hendricks Porter tries to dish it up. No good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lazo for 3. No good. The score is 27-21. We'll be back in just a moment. Actually, no, we won't. We can tell you the stats right here, right now. So far, Halloran has 2 points. Zuniga with 4 points. 2 for 4 from the line. Barrientos with 2 points. Hendricks Porter with 4 points. Lazo with 3 points. Sykes with 6. For UC Irvine, Levuai has 8 points. Brassfield with 2. Skaggs with 6. Rogers with 7. Lee with 1. And YU with 4. We'll be back in just a moment. The score is 27-21. UC Irvine on top. Hopefully CSUN's women's basketball club team will be able to come out victorious with this one. We'll be back in just a moment. And we are back. Second half is about to start. CSUN won the tip-off, so it's UC Irvine ball. Or so it should be UC Irvine ball. Officials are still debating about it right now. Looks like they're going to give it to CSUN. Lucky them. CSUN needs to come out strong in the second half in order to get an upper hand. Instead, a foul will be called on Rogers. Quick foul to begin the second half. UC Irvine has been leading for the majority of the games. CSUN, was up by a basket, but only lasted for about a minute. Zuniga pulls up. No good. A little too strong. Rebounded by YU. YU goes by her defender Lazo. Tries to put up and in. No good. Rebounded by Barrientos. Hendricks Porter coming down now for CSUN. Holleran. Puts it up and in. No good. Rebounded by Zuniga. Deflected. Recovered by Holleran, who gives it to Barrientos to put up. No good. Zuniga tries to put up again. Barrientos with the rebound. Stolen away by Brassfield. Foul instead will be called on Brassfield. 2 quick fouls for UC Irvine. Hendricks Porter will inbound. Sideline. Gives it off to Zuniga for CSUN. Lazo for 3. No good. Rebounded by Zuniga. She tries to put up and in, no good. Hits off the backboard this time and does. UC Irvine up by 4 points. Brassfield dishes it off to Rogers. Finds Huang, who tries to go around, no good. Travel instead will be called. Turnover by UC Irvine. CSUN ball. UC Irvine looking to press once more. Lazo. Hendricks Porter. Dishes it off to Holleran, who pulls up for the jumper, and it's good. That's Holleran's second basket of the night, making it 4 points for her. Brassfield gives it off to Rogers. Rogers looking for someone. She does, finds Huang. Hard pass. So she gives it off to Skaggs, who pulls up for a jumper, no good. Rebound by Zuniga. Hendricks Porter coming down. Tried to get it off to Zuniga. No good. Deflected. Rogers. Deflected by Holleran, but manages to stay with the ball. And gives it off to YU. YU for 3. That's a 2. Rebounded by Rogers. Gives it off to Brassfield for 2. And that's good. Sorry, that was Brassfield who made the basket, not Rogers. Assist by Rogers. Zuniga gets fouled by Skaggs along the way for a layup. Zuniga at the line for 2. Her third trip to the line as Louvois checks in for Huang for UC Irvine. Barrientos checks out as Sykes checks back in for CSUN. Inbounds the ball baseline, gives it off to Hendricks Porter. Hendricks Porter decides to do a teardrop, instead blocked by Louvois. Brassfield rims it in and out. Hendricks Porter with the rebound. Nearly gets it stolen. Foul by YU. Lee checks in for YU. For UC Irvine. Sykes with the ball for CSUN. Looking at Zuniga. Deflected by Skaggs. Recovers. Hendricks Porter stops her dribble, tries to get off to Zuniga, who stops her dribble. Gives it off to Sykes, pulls up for the jumper, uses the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Zuniga. Unable to put up and in. Levoy gives it off to Brassfield. Brassfield gets fouled by Zuniga on her trip to the line. She's all right. She'll go to the line for a 2. Brassfield had an opportunity earlier in the game for a 3-point opportunity, was unsuccessful. So she is 0-1 at the line so far. Sylvester will be checking in for UC Irvine, most likely for Rogers. No good on the first attempt by Brassfield. Score is 29-25, UC Irvine on top with about 14 and a half minutes left to go in the game. Skaggs with the rebounds, blocked by Zuniga. Jimenez gets the ball, stops her dribble, instead double dribbles. Turnover by CSUN. Brassfield will check out and Lotto will check in for UC Irvine. As Sylvester inbounds the ball sideline, gives it out to Levoy. Levoy goes off the screen from Lee. Puts it up. No good. Rebound by Zuniga. Tries to keep hold of it. Does. Gives it off to Holloran. Holloran gives it off to Sykes. He tries to pass it over to a friend. Doesn't work out. Hendricks Porter telling them to relax, set up some plays. Keep your composure. That's exactly what they need to do if they want to be victorious in this game. Again, UC Irvine is only up by 4 points as Skaggs shoots another 3-point opportunity, and it rattles in. All her points have been 3 so far. She has 3 threes, making that 9 points. Hendricks Porter tries to go up, deflected by Levoy. Levoy gives it to Lee. Crosses. Tries to do a spin move on Zuniga. Zuniga instead deflects the ball. Sykes for 2. No good. She tries to save it. It does. And gives it to Holloran. No good. Rebound by Levoy. CSUN needs to make those baskets. Score is now 32-25. UC Irvine up by 7. As Levoy gets stripped by Holloran. It'll remain UC Irvine ball. Subs looking to come in, Lazo as well as Barrientos for Jimenez and Zuniga. As Sylvester tries to put up and in, no good. Rebound by Holloran. Sykes stops her dribble. Travels nearly. Stolen by Skaggs. CSUN looking a little flustered now, not really hustling back on offense or defense. As UC Irvine turns the ball over, Rogers will check in for Skaggs for UC Irvine. Hendricks Porter come up with the ball for CSUN, looking to set something up for the Matadors. CSUN has not won a game in this NERSA tournament at UCLA so far, as the ball is nearly stolen. Sykes tries to put up and in, rebounded by Barrientos. She'll go up for 2. The women's team, has been unsuccessful so far in the tournament. The men's team, however, is undefeated. Barrientos at the line for 2. Her first trip to the line. First one is good. 26 now. Holloran will come out. Zuniga back in. There's about 10.5 minutes left to go in the game, folks. Thank you for tuning in. This live stream has been brought to you by Matador Sports Network. I'm your host, Amber Partida, as Barrientos misses that. But it will be black ball as Rogers was unable to keep hold of the ball. Hendricks Porter inbounds the ball baseline to Lazo. Air ball by Lazo. Rebound by Sylvester. Rogers, wide open. And makes the three. Zuniga for the two, no good. Rogers saves it, saved by Barrientos, who gives it to Sykes for the easy basket. Score is now 35-28. Lee. Sylvester gives it back to Levoy. Tries to draw it in herself. Gives it off to Lee for a give and go. Doesn't work out. Rebounded by Lazo. Hendricks Porter dished it off to Sykes for three. No good. Rebound by Levoy. Like I said earlier, CSUN has had opportunities throughout the game to come out on top, or at least to lead throughout the game, but have been unsuccessful in doing so. Pass was deflected by Lazo as YU comes in for UC Irvine. Levoy will check out. She'll inbound the ball baseline for UC Irvine. Score is 35-28 with 8.5 minutes left to go in the game. CSUN needs to pick it up if they want to be successful in this game. YU tries to take it up herself, deflected by Zuniga, but manages to give it to Lai. Does a cross pass to Rogers for two, no good. Rebound by Zuniga. Gives it to Lazo, to Sykes. Tries to put up and in, no good. Rebound by Zuniga, who tries to put it up, no good. Rebounded by Sykes. Sykes for three, air ball. Timeout by UC Irvine. Or excuse me, timeout by CSUN. The score is 35-28 with 7 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the game. UC Irvine out on top. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back. UC Irvine coming down. Brassfield. To YU. Brassfield gives it off to Rogers. They're just swinging the ball now as they try to give it off to YU, but turn it over. Zuniga recovers the pass, gives it off to Barrientos, who gives it off to Hendricks Porter. Sykes finds Zuniga. Had the size advantage, but didn't want to take it. He gave it off to Lazo. Lazo goes out the screen from Barrientos. Gives it out to Hendricks Porter. Hendricks Porter gives it to Sykes. Looks as though she is hurt. Lazo gives it up to Zuniga. Zuniga, reverse layup, and will be fouled. Zuniga will be at the line for 2. Looks as though Cheyenne Hendricks Porter is injured and will be out for the game as she limps off the court. Don't know exactly what happened. Has to be something to do with her knee or perhaps her hamstring. Jimenez will check in for her as Zuniga will go to the line for 2. First one, no good. Second one, no good. Pressfield. YU thought about it. Huang gives it off to Lee. Goes by Jimenez. Decides to shoot it herself and is successful. That's her first basket of the game. She made a free throw earlier, so she's at 3 points. Lazo nearly gets over the line. Looking for someone to pass to. Gives it off to Sykes. Gives it off to Barrientos. Barrientos nearly double dribbles. Gives it off to Zuniga. Zuniga tries to drive it in herself. No good. YU with the rebound. YU stops her dribble. Gives it off to Huang. Brassfield gives it off to YU. Huang gives it off to Rogers. Brassfield. UC Irvine taking their time with the ball now, considering that they're up 37-28. 4 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the game. As Huang decides to shoot it, instead is blocked by Lazo from behind. CSUN ball. Lazo. Jimenez decides to go up herself. No good. Zuniga tries to rebound. Does. Sykes with the ball. Gives it off to Lazo. Trying to set something up. Space the flooring. Barrientos to Zuniga. Zuniga gets her own rebound. Tries to put it back up and in. Instead it's rebounded by Rogers, who gives it off to Huang. Give it off to YU to bring the ball up for UC Irvine. Hollerin at the table, looking to check in for CSUN Matador. Score is 37-28. With 4 minutes left to go in the game now, CSUN needs to make a push if they want to win this. Rogers to YU. YU gets fouled along the way. Tries to do a reverse layup. Fouled by Barrientos. She'll go to the line for 2. Her second trip to the line. She's 1 and 2 at the line so far. As Hendricks Porter looks like she's okay, we'll check back in along with Hollerin. First attempt is no good by YU as Skaggs, Sylvester, and Levluai check in for UC Irvine. Lee, Huang, and Rogers will check out as Jimenez checks out. And Barrientos check out for CSUN. 2:50 and counting remain for the game. Hendricks Porter going off the screen from Zuniga. Tries to put up and in. No good. Rebound by Zuniga. Who puts it up, and that's successful. Leveluai gives it off to Brassfield. Brassfield realizes no one's defending her, decides to put up and in herself with a nice teardrop over Zuniga. Brassfield has 6 points overall. Zuniga tries to take it up. Instead, it just gets deflected, but she throws it out of bounds, so it's turnover by CSUN. UC Irvine ball. Barrientos will check in for Sykes. 39-30 with 1 minute 53 remaining in the game. It doesn't appear as CSUN wants it more enough than UC Irvine this morning. Brassfield gives it off to Leveluai. Sylvester gives it off to YU. Thought about it. Brassfield. Fouled by Hendricks Porter. UC Irvine will inbound the ball, sideline. Brassfield will inbound it for UC Irvine. Score is 39-30 with 1 minute 27 remaining in the game. UC Irvine out on top. As suddenly, CSUN is trying to pressure UC Irvine, which they should have been doing all game, or at least from the start of the second half. Brassfield to Leveluai, who gives it up to YU. All they have to do now is waste the clock time. YU double team, gives it off to Brassfield, who is fouled by Lazo. 57 seconds remaining in the game. UC Irvine looks like they're going to come out on top over CSUN. Brassfield trying to go by Hendricks Porter, gives it off to Skaggs for 3. No good. Air ball rebounded by Sabrina Holloran. Throws it down to Lazo, turns it over. Leveluai gives it off to YU. Sylvester for 3, no good. Rebounded by YU, kicks it out to Leveluai. Gives it off to Skaggs. Brassfield. UC Irvine just trying to use the clock now as Hendricks Porter fouls Brassfield. 29 seconds remaining in the game. Score is 39-30. UC Irvine tries to inbound the ball. 5 seconds, so they turn it over. CSUN ball. .25 seconds and counting as Hendricks Porter shoots a 3, no good. Rebounded by Sykes, who tries to put it up and in, and that's good. CSUN fouls quickly on Brassfield. They're not at 1-1 just yet. As Leveluai inbounds the ball far to Skaggs. No one was defending her as she just lays it up and in quite easily. Six seconds remaining in the game as Holloran misses a wide open layup. Zuniga able to put it back up and in. And that will be the game, folks. Final score, 41-34. We'll stay live to give you the stats just in a second. Alrighty. Final score of the game was 41-34. UC Irvine came out on top. CSUN has lost their second game of the tournament here at NERSA, held by UCLA. Live stream is brought to you by Matador Sports Network. I'm your host, Amber Partita. We will be live streaming the men's game and hopefully the women's game later this afternoon. Let's go over the stats. For CSUN, Holloran finished with 4 points, Zuniga with 10 points, Barrientos with 3 points, Hendricks Porter with 4 points, Lazo with 3 points, and Sykes with 10 points. For UC Irvine, Lev Luai finished with 8 points, Brassfield finished with 4 points, Skaggs finished with 11 points, Rogers finished with 10 points, Lee finished with 3 points, and YU finished with 4 points. Thank you for tuning in. We'll get back to this in just a moment. We'll figure out when the times are for the men's games and hopefully the women's game later this afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. This is Matador Sports Network. I'm your host, Amber Partita. And check us out later on.